And give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. I'm going to give double honors unto the apostles, and that was a great millstone. Where I learned this truth from. I want to say peace, mercy, and blessings unto all the hopeful. Like the name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. That means He exists or He is to be. The name of the Son is Yahweh Shai. That means He is the deliverer. We are the Hebrew Israelites, and there are 12 tribes that consist of our nation. Today we're being called Black, Negro, African American, Colored, Haitian, Jamaican, West Indian, Puerto Rican, Mexican, Cuban, Dominican, all right? People, indigenous people of North, Central, South America, islands. All right, we're the Israelites. We're also scattered all over the world. It's not a black thing. It's not necessarily about skin color. We are not black Hebrew Israelites. We're just the Hebrews according to the Bible. All right, and the self-proclaimed white man, the self-proclaimed Ish people, okay, Caucasian, all right, Ashkenazi, all right, they're Esau, Edom, Idumea, right, and you look at Bible prophecy, it clearly tells you that Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. Right, so all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Shai. Found this article from Fox News. It says Cook County in Illinois establishes permanent guaranteed income program. Chicago area commissioners unanimously approved program after pilots show participants uses funds for emergencies. Right? The second largest county in the U.S. has established a permanent guaranteed basic income program after the success of a previous pilot version. Okay, so I want to look up. All right, San Bernardino County profile. And area San Bernardino is the largest county in the U.S., encompassing over 20,000 square miles. Surrounding counties include Lynn, Indio to the north, and Kern, and Los Angeles to the west, and Orange and Riverside to the south. The states of Nevada and Arizona border the east. All right, so check this out, right? Cook County, which is that's Midwest. All right, they got the second largest county in America, right? Babylon the Great, right? Has established a permanent guaranteed basic income program, right? So let's unpack that. All right, they just guaranteed a permanent guaranteed basic income program after the success of a previous pilot version. The Cook County Board of Commissioners unanimously approved $7.5 million for a permanent guaranteed basic income program last week. Chicago, the largest city in the Midwest and the third largest in the country, is the county seat for Cook County. Cook County made headlines and it's a blue state, by the way. Cook County made headlines as it established a guaranteed basic income program after many local governments across the country launched pilot versions. Guaranteed basic income programs have become a trend across the U.S. in recent years, with more than 100 pilots launched in 2018. Mayors for Guaranteed Income grew into a coalition of 150 mayors pushing pilot programs offering low-income participants up to $1,000 a month with no strings attached. The group has pushed pilot programs that have been adopted by municipalities across the county. The Cook County program was launched in 2022 with the aid of federal 19 relief funds. One of the largest publicly funded programs in the nation, receiving $42 million in federal funding from the Babylonian Rescue Plan Act. The Cook County Promise Guaranteed Income pilot provided monthly payments of $500 to $3,250 households for 2 years with no string attached. So, yeah, let's take a minute to unpack this. You got what's going on. You got the second largest county in America, Cook County, all right, establishing a guaranteed permanent income program. And what does this sound like? This sounds like UBI, right? Universal basic income is a social welfare proposed in which all citizens of a given population regularly receive a minimum income in the form of unconditional transfer payment without a means test or need to perform work. Okay, so this directly ties in with Revelation 13. All right, and I found this other artist from End Time Headlines. Okay, so we're close. We only have a few prophecies left. You have the mark of the beast, which that's what this is. Implantable chips in the hand or the forehead, brain. Neuralink. Think about Neuralink, right? And you got World War III, which is third world. All right. Uh, Jacob's trouble, right? Uh, you know, the hour of temptation. But this ties in with the hour of temptation. All right. And Jacob's trouble, all of that. But then you have, the second coming of Yahweh Shai. So just a few major prophecies, and they're all going to snowball, right? But this is one of the very major ones, too, that we're looking for, because it's going to come upon the whole world, okay? And this dude, let me go back, because I read this article, and it pissed me off. This dude, he's excuse my French, but this dude is a fucking idiot, okay? Man loses password to implantable chip in his hand. A magician in Missouri had a kooky idea: implant a computer chip into his hand and then do some fun magic tricks with it. All right, so the nigga got the MOTB to do magic tricks. Too bad he forgot the password. It sounds like a short story cooked up by Kurt Vonnegut. And right, this is some Black Mirror shit. But it really happened to Z Ting Wang, right? Which is probably a Moab or Ammonite, a magician and molecular biologist in Missouri posted about his predicament in his Facebook account this month, complete with an X-ray picture of his hand showing the white outline of the offending microchip embedded in the meat between his thumb and index finger. I'm living in my own cyberpunk dystopia life right now, locked out of technology inside my body, and it's my own damn fault, wrote Wang, who goes by the stage name Z the Mentalist. Right? On first glance, is a pretty funny antidote, but as companies like billionaire Elon Musk, Neuralink push brain chips to the public, Wang's personal tale serves as a cautionary tale for the risk of having any technology, whether private and public, embedded into your body. Companies make all the business, product lines discontinued, or in the case of Wang, you stupidly forget the bloody password. Wang explained in a Facebook post that he had a radio frequency identification microchip inserted into his hand ages ago for fun magic tricks. So how many people you think gonna do that to get a permanent guaranteed income program? That's how they gonna get niggas, man. Right? That's how they gonna get niggas, because a lot of our people, they worship money. Instead of worshiping their power, they worship, and it goes back to what the Lord said in Isaiah: the ox knoweth its owner. This is Isaiah 1 and verse 3. The ox knoweth its owner, and the ass his master's crib. So these are animals. And how I got cats, and I let them out the house, and when I get off from work, they be out by the door ready to come back in, So even the cat knows his master's crib, right? But this scripture here, Isaiah 1:31 and verse 3, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel does not know. My people do not consider, right? Our people are lost sheep. They're going, to every, like it says in the curses, thou shalt grope in noonday like the blind in darkness. So they're all over the place, trying to find hope or comfort. That's what mainly why they're in these other so-called religions, worshiping false gods and idols. A lot of our people are just atheists, call themselves not believing in the higher power. right? A lot of our people got chased the bag demon on them. All right, but this is what this is gonna get you. This is gonna come. It's gonna come with a catch. They're not just gonna give you guaranteed permanent income for nothing. It's gonna come with this. All right, and you got this asshole getting it for a magic trick. But how many people you think gonna get that if they need to eat, man? You know, Wang explained in the Facebook post that he had an RFID microchip inserted into his hand ages ago for fun magic tricks. Yeah, it's fun. All right, the most I got magic tricks too. It's called nuclear missiles. You know, but it requires someone, such as an audience member, to press their smartphone with an RFID reader to Wang's hand to activate whatever trick he developed. But it turns out that pressing someone else's phone to my hand repeatedly trying to figure out where their phone's RFID reader is really doesn't come off super mysterious and magical and amazing, he wrote. And often people have that reader disabled too while using my own phone for the scan also lacks oomph for the obvious reasons. All right, so yeah, you got people taking the chips so they could fucking perform magic. You got the second largest county, Cook County in Illinois, establishing permanent guaranteed income program. You got the whole, brain chip with Neuralink. And this is from Health and Me. All right. This is 3 days ago, November 25th, 3 days ago. Can Elon Musk's brain chip help reverse paralysis in the future? The Neuralink chip is a piece of technology that's hope will one day allow people to operate devices like phones and computers using their thoughts. Its creator, tech mogul Elon Musk, describes it as a Fitbit in your skull with tiny wires. Elon Musk's brain implant. So what you think? What you think the magician gonna do next? All right, because this, according to Esau, according to him, a lot of people gonna look at this as an upgrade. Elon Musk's brain implant company Neuralink said that recently that 12 people worldwide have received its chips. The device is meant to have several applications, from restoring motor functionality within people to enabling a brain-computer interface. The question now is whether it will be able to reverse paralysis in the future or not. All right, and that's all I'm going to read in this article. Let's go to the prophecy, because this is what's going to come upon the world. This is Rev 13 and 16, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor. And notice it says rich and poor. Like this, there's no concept of an in between, such as a middle class, right? You're either rich or you're either poor. Free and bond, right? What that goes, bond means someone who would be in prison, or to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. The word there in Greek for mark is haragma. So that's a physical thing inserted, the rice device. Okay. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom, let him that had understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number for man, and his number is 666. And even when you go here in the Greek for 666, it's just chi, sty, stigma.
Strong's G 5516. Chi, xi, stigma.
Right.
Chi, xi, stigma.
Okay, and when you look at, Strong's definition, you come down here, you're going to hit G 4742, and that's going to take you to stigma.
Strong's G 4742, stigma. Stigma.
You see, from a primary stizo to stick, prick, root word etymology, right? Show outline of biblical usage. A mark pricked and branded upon the body to ancient Oriental usage, meaning the East, dealing with what they would call the Middle East, right? So pretty much the customs of nations over there, which would be Shem, you know, majority anyway. Slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master or commander, branded or pricked, cut into their bodies. Spartacus. The soldiers, the gladiators, which were slaves, they got branded with their masters, um, to show what master or general they belonged to, right? It says, and there was even some devotees who stamped themselves in this way with the token of their gods. So there's a spiritual aspect of taking this. It's not just taking it for magic tricks or for money. You're actually aligning yourself with, you know, Satan. you know, it's not like you can just get it and take it out. It's a terrible judgment that comes with taking it. Revelation 3:9. No, not 9. Revelation 3 verse 10. Behold, thou hast kept the word of my patience. Right? That is talking about the elect. Okay? Which, Lord will not be of that number. Let's talk about the elect. I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. There's going to come upon the world a season to where everyone's going to be enticed to commit sin, because that's what temptation means. Desire to do something, especially something wrong or unwise. Okay, well, it has a spiritual meaning. Temptation, the act of tempting or the state of being tempted, especially to evil. Okay, so this shit is evil. They want to make it seem harmless, fun. Yeah, you take it for magic tricks. Pretty soon it's gonna come, an idea. They're gonna introduce it to you, the idea of convenience. And it's gonna come with stipulations and bonuses. They might, entice you over, take out all your debts. You won't have to worry about this. But that's actually a sin. They're actually enticing you to do evil. Right? Let's look at the online etymology. It says act of enticing someone to sin, right? So, basics, man. It's like the apostles, elders, brothers push. The basics is where it's at. So now you gotta break down what is sin. Okay, wait, is that? I thought that was it. That's not it. Yep. 1 John 3:4, not 14. Whoever committed sin transgressed also the law. For sin is transgressed. For sin is the transgression of the law. Right? So it's talking about, Mount Sinai, Moses. You gotta take it back. The children of Israel were given the law, statutes, and commandments. One of the scriptures says, make no cuttings in the flesh. Leviticus 19 verse 28. You shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you, for I am the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay? So break it down, or at least we try to, so where a baby can get it. But then you still have groups and false prophets that want to tell you that this is something spiritual. It's not. It's something physical, man. It's not. This carnal man is not going to give you nothing spiritual. Okay? He's carnal. Right? He's all about pleasing his flesh. That's how his forefather Esau was. He sold his birthright so he could eat. Rev 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. So, sticking to the Lord, it says, and Scripture does say, he that endured to the end, the same shall be saved. Holding down, staying faithful. Most High going to protect you during this time. It says, my servant shall eat. which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. See, now, this is why looking up words is very important. Look up the word here. The word that's try is perazzo.
Strong's G 3985. Pyrazzo. Pyrazzo.
All right, if you look at root word etymology, G3984.
Strong's G 3984. Pyra.
What does pyra?
Pyra.
Okay. If you look at it here, root word etymology from the base G4008 through the idea of piercing. Okay, so they're gonna get, well, they already have it. All right, they're gonna get an idea that they need to pierce you with this rice device so that you can get this permanent guaranteed income program, which links up with the prophecy of no man being able to buy or sell without having this haragma. Okay, put the article in. It says, what do we know? Cook County is making its guaranteed income program permanent. The Cook County Promise Guaranteed Income Pilot, which ran from 2022 to 2024, gave unconditional $500 a month to $3,250 low to moderate income households in Cook County using funds from the American Rescue Plan Act. In November 2025, Cook County's Board of Commissioners unanimously approved $7.5 million in the 2026 budget to continue, i.e., make permanent a guaranteed income program at the county level. This makes Cook County the first county in the U.S. to convert a pilot guaranteed income program to a permanently funding program, according to the county and advocacy groups involved. Survey data from the pilot period reportedly showed strong positive impacts. About 75% of participants said they felt more financially secure. 94% used the funds to manage emergencies. Many reported reduced stress and improved mental health. Most spent the cash on essentials like food, rent, utilities, and transportation. Officials and partner organizations framed this as a historic success, especially given the rise in inflation, housing pressures, and economic instability faced by many low-income families. What to watch out for what remains to be defined in criticism. The new permanent program's exact design, eligibility criteria, and how people can apply have not yet been finalized. According to the statements of the county's Bureau of Economic Development, is still working on those details. They said a new round of proposals should be completed mid to late 2026 before a new application cycle begins. But we already know where this is going because we have the prophecies, through the spirit and property, how about Shimei Shai. We can kind of tell you where this is going to go. Well, if you want this, you're going to have to get this. All right? Like my man said, do these. The transition from pilot to permanent program doesn't yet guarantee universality or ongoing scale, meaning the program may still be limited to select households rather than all low-income residents, right? So I put Bible prophecy. How does this tie into UBI and the MOTB, right? One, what the Bible actually says, the system before the rice device, right? The Bible clearly teaches a global economic restriction system where buying and selling is controlled. The rice device can be enforced. The system to control money. Before the rice device can be enforced, the system to control money must exist. So prophecy watchers look for centralized money, digital tracking, biometric ID, government-controlled distribution, a society dependent on state payments. UBI connects to these themes. What the Lord said, watch as well as pray. Be occupied in prophecy. So this is what we look for. 2. UBI is preparation, not the mark, but infrastructure. UBI equal guaranteed basic income, meaning the government ensures you get money every month if you meet their requirements. Perfectly, this matches the B system's direction. Dependency, the B thrives on dependence. If people rely on guaranteed income, they become easy to control. Conditions, every government program eventually develops rules. If the rules expand, compliance is required to receive money. Rev 13 shows exactly that. Digital payments. Most UBI programs are cashless, trackable, digital wallet based and linked to ID. Rev 13 requires a money system that can be instantly turned off. UBI is not the mark, but UBI cannot work without the same technology needed for the mark, right? Why Bible scholars connected UBI to the beast system? Not because UBI is evil by itself, but because it fits the pattern Revelation describes. Here are the exact pieces. 1. Digital currency, CBDC. Rev 13 requires instant block approved global tracking. Cash cannot do this. Digital money can. That's why everything is going to cashless. Many UBI systems, Chicago, Cali, NYC, etc., already test digital wallets, prepaid cards, traceable funds, CBDCs. Central bank digital currencies are coming next. 2. Universal ID biometric verification. Without knowing who is receiving payments, UBI fails. This pushes racial recognition, biometric scanning, government ID systems, unified databases, 15-minute cities. Watch that movie End Time. All right? Rev 13 says the mark is in the right hand or in their foreheads. Government control over buying and selling. UBI requires government deciding who qualifies, government able to turn payments on or off, government controlling how funds can be used. Right? 4. Economic desperation makes control easy. That's what Esau is just trying to do. He's trying to put people into economic desperation, which a lot of people are already in. You know, Yahushua warns of famines, Matthew 24:7, financial distress, Luke 21:25-26. When the world is financially broken, people accept safety over freedom, stability over independence. UBI becomes a stepping stone. To take this, you cannot buy or sell. Right? So, with that, I don't really want to make this, too long. I pray this has brought some edification. All praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Peace, mercy, blessings, to hopeful elect.